But let's start with the clickbait story. So the train ride was just nice, and it was chill. And then we got to the Canadian border. And they're like, oh, hey, step off the train, please. Like, they came to my car, and they're like, hey, can I see your passport, please, etc., etc. And I'm like, okay, yeah, here's my passport. I'm a U.S. citizen, blah, 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 blah. Normal stuff. And then the border guard was like, come with us, please. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Why am I coming with you? Did I do something wrong? I was actually shitting bricks. I'm like, why the fuck am I being pulled off the train? Here, I'm gonna put on some gameplay for you as well, if y'all want. But I'll be focused on the story. But anyways, I'm fucking sat here, and, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm sat here being pulled off the train, get taken to an office of the Canadian Border Police. And they start asking me questions. And they start talking to each other in French. Now, my French isn't what it used to be, but I knew what they were saying. I'm like, est-ce qu'il y a des problèmes? Is there any problem here? Like, what's going on here? And, you know, they were talking and talking. And it was Quebecois French. So it was like, I didn't know what they were saying half the fucking time. And one guy had a speech impediment. So they were talking about me. They were looking through my things. Like, they were, like, asking to search my bags and shit. And I was just sat here in the office. They had my stuff. So anyways, I'm sitting here in the office with the Canadian Border Police, wondering what the hell is going on here. And they eventually get to seeing my my journal and shit. Like, they take a look here and they're like looking at my journal, and I see them turn the page. And they see a page where I was like, really, I typed a bunch of, I saw them run into a vent page, and I'm like, trying to explain hurriedly and nervously in French, no, don't worry about that, don't worry about that. It was just like a bad day or something, etc., etc., you know? Like, really, it was like, kill, like, you know, stuff that I won't say on Twitch because TOS. But anyways, needless to say, it was a very brutal entry that I had. And the officer was like, they start asking me, hey, what are your plans? Do you know anyone in Canada? How much money do you have? How's your home life? And I'm like, we're playing 20,000 questions here. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I'm like, look, sir, look. You're asking a lot of questions, and I'm getting kind of uncomfortable. Like, what's your end game? And I'm like, I'm not comfortable sharing my entire, like, schedule here. Until finally he was like, look, we think you might be trying to cross the border illegally and overstay your visa. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean? What do you mean? I'm here on vacation. It was at that point that I realized I had to comply with them and tell them my entire itinerary. And also, I told them for good measure, hey, I have a friend in Canada. And if I did and something happened to me, they could take care of me. Please let me go. And they're like, oh, okay. So at the end of the day, I'm like, oh my god. They thought I was trying to, like, cross illegally. That was wild to me. And that was how I got detained by the Canadian Border Police for like a solid half an hour. Luckily, they held the train while I was being interrogated, but still, that was wild. Absolutely wild. 0 to 10, do not recommend getting detained by Border Police.